Is cloud computing still worth learning? Here's my exact thoughts. Or here are my exact thoughts. On Monday, there was this conference, Dev Day, by OpenAI, and Satya Nadella said something that really solidified things for me. And I'll insert the clip here and you can watch it.
The first thing that we have been doing is building, in partnership with you, the system, all the way from thinking from power to the DC, to the rack, to the accelerators, to the network. And just, really the shape of Azure is drastically changed and is changing rapidly in support of these models that you're building. And so our job number one is to build the best systems so that you can build the best models and then make that all available to developers.
If the CEO of Microsoft can't convince you that cloud is essentially here to stay, then I can't. But here are my 2 cents. All these things, Copilot, OpenAI, Bard, everything that is essentially built with this intent of getting to like artificial general intelligence is built on top of cloud services, cloud platforms, right? OpenAI on top of Azure, Google Bard on top of GCP, whatever tools AWS has. I think cloud is going to continue seeing more and more abstraction, and probably to the point where you can just explain to some Copilot out there, hey, I need this infrastructure, this, generate it for me, and then it'll do it for you. Kind of like how infrastructure as code, you use code to describe the infrastructure that you want, but an abstraction on top of that would be natural language. But the underlying generation will still have mistakes. It's going to have its limitations. And the only people who can make it better are the people who know cloud computing, right? The same way how you have like infrastructure as a service, then you have platform as a service, software as a service. Those are different levels of abstraction. And it depends on you which sort of like mold or format works best for your infrastructure. You'll have these options and they'll just continue to build and build. Abstractions will continue to exist and more and more and more. But under the hood, it's still like when something breaks, it's still Linux, it's still networking, it's still programming and all that good stuff, right? When on-prem was a thing, right? So because cloud has essentially been mainstream, I would say for the last like 10, maybe 15 years tops. Before that, it was all on-prem. It was everybody with their own little network rack and network closet or network room or whatever. And you had your traditional network engineers and sysadmins and all that good stuff. And then cloud became a thing and people saw the opportunity to upskill into this new technology. Who do you think was best situated to get those new cloud roles? Obviously, the network engineers, the sysadmins, the people who had the on-prem experience and skill set and were able to fill in the gaps and learn these new things and then transition into these new roles. So whenever the new thing after cloud comes into play, who's going to be best situated for that? The people who work in cloud right now. And that could be you if you stopped trying to figure out what the future is and actually just used your present day to study. I'm doing that. I'm already in the space, but I can see how things are moving. That's why every day I'm using Copilot. Every day I'm using ChatGPT. Every day I'm using Bing Chat. Absolutely anything and everything I can use to make myself more productive, to take care of like the template, the boilerplate stuff, and to really allow my I guess what is more so a unique skill set to the human brain kind of shine. The more you use these tools, the more you realize its limitation. People who say like, oh, like this is going to take away jobs from like junior engineers or it's making us think less, have not used the tools enough. The more you use it, the quicker you realize how bad it is at certain things. It's great at certain things. It sometimes comes up with stuff I would have never thought of, and that has been very helpful. But equally, it's got its limitations. It's going to get better as we, get better at using it, of course. But it's got its limitations. but still use them. These tools are here to stay. The same way the internet is here to stay, the same way that iPhones and apps are here to stay, or smartphones in general, the same way that you used to handwrite everything, then use a typewriter, then you use Word. Like all these things are here to stay. These AI assistants are here to stay. So embrace them, learn how to use them. And there are some free tools. Some of them might have free tiers. Some of them might have trials. Give them a try. I'm a big fan of paying for stuff if they're worth it. Like I pay for ChatGPT. I get Copilot free from work, but it's $10. I would pay $10 for it. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like my only opinion there. All this AI stuff is being built on cloud. So cloud and AI stuff is the future according to everyone. So that means cloud is the future as well. All right. I'll see you in the next video.